Sure glad we just spent the past hour bitching about Seattle, because now my vocal cords are nice and warmed up for this morning. Hello everyone, it's the next morning. We have the liquid brown, as we are wont to do. And the world is still a shit. This world, the world of ruin, that is, but the real world is also a shit.
It doesn't. It's funny how life imitates art.
Yeah.
Or perhaps the other way around. Who knows? Fucking this landscape that they're in right now.
Yeah, that's why I kept this battle in, I think, just to show like how the battle landscape has changed. It used to be like this big verdant field, and now it's just cracked and desert. There's a sad tree over there.
And plants want to eat you because there's not enough water or nutrients for them to live on the ground.
So plants are now vampiric. You're filled with water and vitamins. Come on.
Imagine just a year of hell turns plants into dangerous beasts.
Yeah. Well, that's natural selection, basically.
These dogs are like, no, you will not pass. And then she walks underneath them. They're like, oh, fuck. Damn our floaty powers. and problem circumvented.
Yeah. The dog's just like, I'm watching you.
It's like, pass our riddle. And then she just walks around them.
Pass our riddle. Who is our favorite author? Is it Clive Barker? It's Clive Barker. You can pass.
And then she walks past the dogs, and they just are like talking about how good Imagica is.
Yeah.
Even though they both read it like 13 times. But isn't Imagica just so great?
Oh, it's so great.
Terry, you're living in a cave. I don't blame
Children.
you. Emily, did you find love?
Kind of. She found all these kids to look after. So what you do in the world of ruin is you go throughout the world and get the gang back together.
Getting the band back.
Yeah, because everyone's all scattered around and they're all doing their own thing right now, but they need a purpose, and you need to convince them to join you to go kick Kefka's dick in.
You guys want to go kick that Kefka guy in the dick so hard that it goes inside of him?
Oh, so hard, dude.
All right, let's go get the other boys and girls and get this dick kicking show on the road. I put a little bit of the sweet cream and hazelnut in my liquid brown. One way ticket to Browntown.
I was gonna ask if it was a good trip to Browntown that you're taking over there. Yeah.
One way ticket
To Browntown. One way ticket to Paradise Town. Brown.
Paradise Town Brown.
Yeah.
Paradise Town : Brown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Open up a store called Charlie Browntown. Wait for the Charles Schultz estate to get up in my grill. Be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
This is all one word.
Charlie Browntown. And then they come there. There's absolutely no Charlie Brown or Peanuts iconography anywhere. It's just Charlie Browntown.
Downtown Charlie Browntown.
Yeah.
I like how their flashbacks of this greenish.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives it... Excuse me. It gives it an obvious demarcation from, what's actually going on as what did happen.
And it's not a good, like, sepia tone memory.
Yeah, no. It's always this Game Boy green.
I appreciated that in Evoland 2. There was all the very, very oldest of times you could go into was that Game Boy green. It was a good game, like, compared to the first Evoland. But, man, it really fell short in its story. Like, it had a good story. I don't know if it was, I don't know where the developers are from, and maybe it was just a translation kind of thing, but, like, there was a good story in it. A good, like, Mobius loop sort of story.
Was it just hard to access because of, like, the localization?
And you had to piece it together yourself a bit, but it was so weird that it was really just more of a theory that you might have as opposed to what the story might be trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But it was a fun game.
Fucking game theorists just put up a video, and it's like, the Mass Effect indoctrination theory proved. I'm like, way to strike while that iron is hot, game theorist. I don't know why, but I just fell off of his video super hard.
I really like Matt Pat as a presenter, as a performer, and as just an artist and everything, like he's a fucking talented son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
And I don't blame him one bit for doing what he's doing with his channel and just his career. But yeah, like there was a definite point when I felt like he went really hard into the whole like I don't want to say pandering, or you know what I mean, like I feel like at one point they were like really cool, like, oh yeah, you're making videos based on, you know, what people are asking for and what you know best, and now you're definitely making videos that are just like what the SEO is.
Yeah, you get a sense that it's not like that's her ready sprite, and I love it.
And now she's saluting the sun.
Yeah. She gets ready to fight Phunbaba.
But it's not. He's like, oh, what's hot now?
Yeah,
as opposed to here's another Zelda video that everyone wants.
Yeah, and so it's like, oh, Mass Effect Andromeda is out. Let me do a video on the Mass Effect indoctrination theory, which was making the rounds 6 years ago.
Oh,
yeah, 6 years ago when Mass Effect 3 was new. So it's like, wow, way to, oof.
Yeah, I still subscribe, but I definitely haven't watched a film theorist or a game theorist video.
Neither have I. Like I'll see his recent uploads and I'll be like, oh, it's just a Let's Play. Like obviously that's what we do, but that's not what I subscribe to him for.
I want to see cool maths happening. That's you know, how big is this thing actually? You know, stuff that doesn't really need to be answered or anything, and I don't know, just fun.
But stuff which is still, you know, a nice curiosity.
So now, why was Terra unable to do anything?
Terra has lost her will to fight.
Okay.
It's that old trope. But this Phunbaba is one of the legendary monsters that was unleashed when Kefka blew up the world. So along the 8 dragons, there was Phunbaba and there was Death Gaze. Phunbaba is just menacing this town, and when Terra went to fight him, she didn't have her will to fight.
Even all Super Saiyan Terra form,
even Super Saiyan Terra Super Saiyan couldn't handle it, and so she just got wrecked.
Man, Celes and Sabin are fucking this guy up.
Yeah, he's not really all that tough for being a legendary beast. He does have like this weird foot claw going on though.
And this weird belly?
Yeah. This weird muscular belly.
You just go and poke it, and it's just like poking marble. You're like, weird.
Oof. You do a lot of sit-ups, don't you? Yeah. That's it. That's all I do. All I do all day is sit-ups.
Sit-ups all day. I drink a lot of juice. She's right back to bed.
Yeah. See right there. I've really lost it. My fighting edge. Yeah, you didn't have any weapons.
Yeah, you don't use... And you're magic. Yeah, why didn't you magic it up? You just went and punched him in his marble belly. Of course that wasn't going to do anything.
Broke your hand.
I wish that's what happened.
Yeah.
When she goes up and like strikes it, it just like does damage to her. And
So there are 2 parts to this side quest. Unfortunately, we can't complete it yet. We need to come back later after we have the airship and finish it. You can do it right. You can do this part right now. There's nothing stopping you, and it's worth doing because you get a piece of magicite for doing it, which is Fenrir, which gives you I forget what it gives you exactly. I think it gives you X zone, or this game's equivalent of it, where it's like, oh, okay, just remove all the enemies from the battle. Which, if you can afflict all the enemies with Vanish, then the Vanish Doom combo works with that as well.
This town seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, this town's more or less A-okay. Except that there's really no one knows where the shipping routes are any longer. Remember the Serpent Trench, the place we had to go into water with that helmet and ride along? The path we walked to get to this town used to be the Serpent Trench. It's now above water.
Oh, that's what that kid said.
Yeah. Enter the castle through a secret cave that only we knows about.
These pirates?
They're like thieves. Sand pirates, I guess. They were locked up in the basement of Figaro Castle, but I never really took the time to go see them.
Alright, you're in the gang. Here's your eye patch. Here's your red bandana. Here's your yellow boots.
Gerard. It's clearly Edgarp. But he's just like, nope.
And then I thought he was going to follow you around a bit.
Yeah. No, he just had to go check out some oranges and nod his head at a briefcase. All right, Yoshi. What is this? What is this background sprite supposed to be? It's oranges and like a briefcase. It's like a general dry goods store, I guess.
So is he always known as Gerard, no matter what? Because it's an anagram, right?
I just realized that. Yeah, it's an anagram. So yeah, he's known as Gerard no matter what. Because I named him Edgarp. But his name is Gerard right now.
It'd be cool if the game was programmed to make an anagram of whatever name you gave him.
No matter how stupid.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a bunch of X's.
It's like, X? It's like, nope, I'm like, X.
You're Zzz, aren't you? No, I'm Zzz.
There's emphasis in that third quarter.
Oh, Christ. There's a podcast I love called Monster Talk, where it's two skeptics, and they talk with different guests who are usually skeptics as well about supernatural phenomenon, folklore, that sort of thing. And they recently had an episode about kaiju and giant monsters in pop culture. And the fucking dude they were talking to was just the biggest goddamn weeaboo about it. When the hosts mentioned that Godzilla's Japanese name is Gojira, and the guy's like, that's a real bugbear of mine. That always really bugs me. And you think he's going to talk about how Gojira got corrupted in the Godzilla and how that overcame even the original name. But no, his problem is that people say Gojira as opposed to Gojira.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Because for some reason, English speakers, when talking about other languages, can't accept that everyone else, when speaking English words in other languages, use whatever their natural inflection is for words.
Yeah.
And so they insist on using the inflection of the native speaker of a certain language.
I feel like the exception to that are names. Like,
certainly.
I strive to say names in a, the way that they're meant to be said, as opposed to Alejandro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's not even that's the actual pronunciation.
But
that guy is just talking about emphasis.
Yeah.
Like Gojira versus Gojira. That's like you studied Japanese for a semester.
Yeah.
And went to fucking the cosplay town in Japan.
Breaking news.
White dude studies Japanese
for a moment and thinks he's an expert.
Which was actually an Onion headline recently. It's like, recent report shows 53% of Japanese speakers actually 23-year-old white men.
I was watching on Netflix. I was playing Netflix at work, and it was some show about this guy going to visit different tribes. And then I quickly realized that it was just going to show a lot of tribal boobies, and I probably shouldn't play that.
Oh yeah.
But he was like, I spent all this time visiting, or I spent a few months visiting these tribes, and I never really stopped to consider what it was like living for them. Like, oh, breaking news, white European guy visits tribes for a moment and thinks he understands their culture. Oh, dang.
So here's Siegfried again, which, once again, I have to think, did he originally have a bigger role in this story? Because he's here, but he's not going to do anything.
Yeah, one of my bugbears is when people just have to be like that about Japanese words.
Yeah.
Like that to me is the worst. I hate when I hear some 23-year-old dude be like, oh, it's actually pronounced karaoke.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
Gonna go to the karaoke bar? Oh no.
And that's been I wonder when white dudes started doing that, because that joke was even in Friends 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Where, turtle water. Oh, can you find me? Can you jump? Oh, you did it. You did it. Good job.
Hey, us turtles have been under a lot of oppression with assholes jumping on us. Don't need you stomping all over our tails. What do you think, coins are just gonna fly in my ass?
We got plumbers doing it. We got bandicoots doing it. We have blue hedgehogs doing it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I left this fight in because that thing is just a pile of guts.
Yeah, it just looks like a testicle without the sack.
There's a big intestine in there.
Gross.
I'm a cruiser. You don't want to dip me in coffee? No, and now I'll never eat donuts again. Yeah, that's my job. Saving people from diabetes through my sheer grossness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me, for some weird reason. There was a comment on our first Bayonetta video posted just the other day.
Yeah?
And I think because Bayo is up on PC now, people were searching like Bayonetta on YouTube and stumbled across our shit.
What did it say?
It just said, it was actually very nice. It was like, good job. I think you got something going here.
Dang.
Yeah.
That was cool, because that's an older one too, right?
Oh yeah, that video went up March 14th of last year.
God damn.
We gotta play Bayo 2 already.
Yeah.
Like after Uncharted 2, let's tuck into that.
Oh yeah. That's cool. Oh man.
Yeah, what a nice comment.
And it's just David in disguise.
Yeah, probably. And it's hard for me to watch. It's hard for me to watch, I think, anything before Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah,
because
feel like
we got a lot better at that point. And then at some point I started sweetening the audio, which does quite a bit for me personally.
Oh, me too.
Having to listen to my own voice if it's sweetened a little bit.
Yeah, and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was so fun.
It was just so fun.
It was a good time.
We had a lot of fun with Bayo too, but we also got quite frustrated at times because we were just getting stomped and kicked around by these sick angel battles.
Not that Donkey Kong Country was by any means a walk in the park.
We went through so many red balloons.
But Bayo definitely requires a little bit more attention, especially for me.
A little bit more finesse. Yeah,
I think this time around I'd be able to. Because playing Bayonetta sparked me to play it sparked my interest in more platinum games.
Yeah.
So we ended up.
We played Revengeance,
and then I played the one. I beat
One
the
for One. Yeah,
I love that shit.
Yeah,
and then I played the Transformers game. I think that's it. But that's from going to 0 to that's 5?
Yeah, 5 in a year.
Yeah, that it really got me into the genre, and I figured it out.
So yeah, you'll have it's like when you've never done a particular exercise before, and now you do it to the point where you have some muscle memory. So even if you're doing a slightly different exercise, it's still similar enough. You're like, okay, I know the rhythms. This fight gave me trouble when I was young. What these tentacles can do is they can reach out and grab a party member and just slowly squeeze the life out of them.
Oh, jeez.
Eventually they'll relinquish them, but if they don't relinquish them in time, they will die in its grasp. And you can't just break them out of it, like you sometimes can with these sorts of moves. Each of them has a specific elemental weakness. There's always one which absorbs an element which one of its fellows is weak to. So the general strategy here is keep plowing them with one element until you've killed the one that's weak to that element. Then burn down the other two, because their health will be low, just not as low as the one that just died. And then you only have the one left to deal with, and you can kill it at your leisure. And you see right now it's grab my whole party. But fortunately it will discard them, so it's not an automatic game over.
Are you incapable of performing actions with that character when they're all seized?
That's correct. You can see Saban's bar was almost full, but not quite. And so he just had to stand there for a bit.
I like that they, this would be like a boss battle, right?
This is a boss battle, yeah.
So before, in earlier installments, it was like, these bosses can just put some bullshit poison on you.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, this big attack will also leave poison, so deal with that, you fuck.
I like how they're switching it up a bit, still putting on that sort of pressure, but not just having it be bullshit poison.
Yeah, it's not just a dot. It's much more interesting than that, which goes a long way.
What happens if you attack the tentacle that's holding a party member?
I don't think it hurts the party member. I don't think it breaks them out though either. I think you just have to wait it out and hope that they don't die in the meantime.
You can't heal them either?
I think you can heal them. The problem arises when it grabs your entire party.
Plus, then it's like, what's better to do? Just keep attacking.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend the heal. Oh, does it absorb?
It's absorbing the health.
Okay. It's not enough.
It's not huge, but that's the thing.
Enough to hurt you, but not enough to heal them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when I first got to this boss fight, when I first played through this game as a kid, I believe I hadn't quite leveled up as much as I should have at this point. And so I didn't have a huge amount of health, which meant that the attacks they're doing had me at a lower state, and so when they did grab me and had my whole party in hand, it meant that they were just massacring me.
Man, just the image of that room full of tentacles and with the heat waves, I just imagine it being the grossest.
So gross. And you're in this big engine room. These are the big diesel engines that power the castle.
Those engines are sweet looking.
Yeah. This is desert punk.
See, and then just when we're talking about like moving away from fucking Seattle, where we can actually get out of rent slavery and be free with our lives. But imagine how much more time we'd be able to put into this kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
I would love to start streaming. I'd like to actually have like a good online gaming presence, like be active in the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Be active in Steam, like, you know, writing reviews, talking to people, like commenting on games, just like having any kind of presence. But it's like I just don't have the fucking time for that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of signing up for one of the social networks that's specific for gaming, and they link all of your gaming profiles to it so that people can see, you know, what games you play.
At a glance, like here's all the stuff you do.
But I'm like, I'm so, like, I don't have any time to invest in that, because I was like, this would be a good way to reach more people, you know, for our podcast and our channel and stuff. And I'm like, I would look like such a joker showing up with like nothing and not having any time to commit. And I'm just like, fuck, I could just not work 12 hours a day. I could do it.
Yeah, exactly. So all the thieves, they went into this room and they got all the treasure. But the one thing they didn't get is this sword and this armor, which I'm not going to use anyway, but it's just nice to get. It's basically the blood sword from all the other Final Fantasies. Attack, get healed. But its attack isn't very high. Okay, I didn't say anything. I don't know why you're shouting nonsense in my face.
Nonsense.
Fortunately, we live in a barren desert, so the end of the world didn't affect us all that much.
Yeah, Edgar's just like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with this. I like the desert.
I like it a whole lot.
Maybe I just need to move to Phoenix and have an underground desert. Fucking castle.
Try out there, but it's wet in here, ladies. You.